jobs. Visit our website at pbscharlotte.org. When local manufacturers struggled to find skilled workers, leaders from Rowan and Cabarrus Counties came together to find a solution, forming the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute. The program helps companies improve productivity and profitability by building a talent supply chain. Carolina Impact's Danielle Koser introduces us to some recent grads. Taking center stage on the factory floor, 24-year-old Stephanie Proctor tightens bolts, turning over a new leaf with a career in manufacturing at Agility Fuel Systems.
Here at Agility, Stephanie works as an assembler, building natural gas fuel systems. This is a side mount system. The system allows semis like these to run on compressed natural gas, an alternative to diesel.
There's not really ever any downtime. 24/7, you're constantly doing something, and it's not just mindless work. That's the other thing. You've got to think about how something fits into something. You've got to be able to read blueprints, know how things go together. It's challenging. It's intellectually challenging.
This is Stephanie's first manufacturing job, and she's already hooked.
It's awesome. I love it here.
You say 505 thousandths minus 2/10.
She graduated from the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute last November. Leaders from several organizations, including Rowan and Cabarrus Chambers of Commerce, the Centralina Workforce Development Board, and Rowan and Cabarrus Community College, came together to form the 8-week program, working to close the gap between job seekers and job openings.
This course is designed to get their foot in the door, get their appetites wet for working in manufacturing and learning and advancing on their own.
At the end of the course, students take a national assessment to become a certified production technician, qualifying them for 90% of manufacturing jobs in our area.
You're helping people find jobs, and that makes you feel good. I want you to convert these to inches.
Instructor Stan Honeycutt brings more than 30 years of industry experience to the classroom and the ability to teach students things they can't learn from a textbook.
We talk about being on time, showing up a few minutes before the class starts to replicate what it'd be like working in manufacturing. We show up before the shift starts.
I never expected to be able to come into the class and learn so much in such a little bit of time.
Michael McDonald balances coursework with a full-time job. He works 7 days a week to support his family. And with 4 boys at home, he has a lot of mouths to feed.
Grocery store all the time.
At 35, Michael says he decided to go back to school for a shot at steady employment.
Stability and, to be able to take care of my family.
I'm taking what they're giving 'cause I'm working for a living.
The inaugural class graduated from the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute in August. Just 2 months later, Agility opened its doors at this Salisbury plant. The company has already hired 9 graduates from the program.
2 days. 2 days after I graduated from the program, I was hired on with Agility.
The folks that we've got out of the CPT class have been very high level, very hands-on, and seem to support and learn very fast.
They're all learning together, they're all helping each other out, they're all working as a team, and they're all encouraging each other to improve themselves, which improves the company.
Deshaun Mills suits up for his shift in the paint department.
You go in there, you gotta make sure you go in there, put the suit on.
He often volunteers to work on weekends, eager to get more experience.
The more I learn, the better I'll be.
He's jumped in, he wants to learn everything from the inside out.
At Agility, entry-level jobs pay about $35,000 a year, with room for raises based on performance and training. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, manufacturing jobs are among the fastest growing in the nation. In January, manufacturers added 29,000 jobs, with an average annual salary close to $70,000.
It's been going great for me, 22 years old. I've talked to all my friends about it. I've talked to people here about the class.
Stephanie Proctor says the program provided her with more than a job. It gave her a second chance, reigniting her passion for learning. She plans to go back to school to earn a degree in industrial engineering.
My parents raised me to believe that education is extremely important, and they always told me no one can take that away from me.
Day in, day out, Stephanie and Deshaun take pride in the work they do for a living, grateful for a fresh start and a career that offers stability and room to grow. For Carolina Impact, I'm Danielle Koser reporting.
Thanks so much, Danielle. Scholarships cover the majority of the cost for the course, and students pay about $40 to enroll. So far, 27 people have graduated. All but 3 have found full-time work. Robert Van Gion's executive director of Rowan Works joins me now with more. Robert, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, what an exciting program. Talk to us a little bit. We often have thought that manufacturing is dead, but it's not. It's just a different form of manufacturing. It requires different education.
Well, I think as you look today, the growth in technology in all of our workplaces has led to a different manufacturing floor, a different medical office floor, a different banking floor. And so today's workers, regardless of industry, need to be able to understand the workplace, the demands that go with it, and an understanding of the technologies that have to be applied. And that's where we've seen a shift, especially in manufacturing, as we become more advanced and integrated with technology.
Talk to us about why there's a need for the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute.
Coming out of the recession, Rowan County employers created thousands of jobs in our community. And I think one of the toughest things as an economic developer is to hear an employer say, I can't find the employees I need. Living in the community, I know that there were hundreds of people actively searching for work, but we weren't, as a community, delivering the worker that our employers needed. And that conversation, wanting to ensure that we were improving our workforce, finding people a career and not just a job, helped lead to this. Also looking at what our employers needed in the sense of it could reduce their costs, reduce their time spent. We don't want people having to churn through 25, 30 applicants to find the right employee. We want them hiring 10 and keeping 9, which is about what we're seeing in the statistics of this program.
It's exciting to see that it's not just for students right out of high school, that there's a lot of folks going back to kind of retool their skills, and that these are skills that are transferable. Help us understand how that all works.
Participants in the program come out with certifications, and some of them apply directly to being a certified production technician, but many of the other things, reading for information, understanding the workplace needs, safety, all those things are transferable and things that they can take with them. It also helps the candidate or the potential employee build their resume and expand their knowledge base, helping them advance in the future and leading them on a path for upward success with the companies. I also think that this is part of a long-standing dialogue in our community, and one we're trying to really have across all segments of our population. Is to be successful today, you have to commit to being a lifelong learner. The way that our economy is evolving and the speed at which things are changing, if you're not continuing to improve your skills, you will eventually be left behind.
You talked about advancing through the workforce. We saw in that story, folks can start out around $35,000, but where are the upward opportunities, perhaps if you're able to go on to be a supervisor?
Well, even just with regards to being a production employee, many of these employers, while they start at that rate, as you add skills, or even with a relatively short time, a matter of a year or two, you can see that grow rapidly from 35 to 40 and above. And then as you move up, or even move into other production jobs that may have higher technical skills, you can see pay $65,000, $75,000. Supervisors and those that move into higher level management positions easily earn over 6 figures. So there's great potential for someone, and I think that's one of our goals, is to improve our workforce's future opportunities as well as their current employment situation.
And it is kind of that upward mobility. Many folks who are used to the old style of manufacturing, you just had one job and you stayed in that for 30 years, and there wasn't as much upward mobility, but you're seeing a lot more of this just starting somewhere and moving on.
Well, and when you look at statistics of all employees across sectors, the odds of going into taking your first job and lasting there 30 years and taking a retirement are slim to none, practically. So you need to be flexible. You need to be adaptable. And employers want employees that can be cross-trained, that can take on